Looks like we're having a fish and chips kind of day today, but not your regular fish and chips. They're definitely the healthier version because this is all about health, right? We're gonna give our fish, no, not going to make kale chips. Making kale chips is actually pretty simple. We will only need the following. Of course, we need our kale. We can also use the other type of kale. I think it's they call it the curly kale, but I like this one for kale chips. The curly kale I usually reserve for my kale salad. So I have them ready. They have been washed and I dried them with paper towels a while ago. This is a really tough portion of the kale. I'm gonna have to remove that because I don't want to include that in my chips because this is a very tough part of the kale. Be sure to take this off or remove this before we cut up the kale into chip sizes. So we have our kale leaves ready. We're going to transfer them to this tray. And I'm just going to pour about a tablespoon of coconut oil evenly onto the kale. And then we add about 2 to 3 pinches of salt, some pepper, and nutritional yeast. About 2 tablespoons. And then we just toss the leaves so that the seasoning will be evenly distributed. And then we spread out the leaves before we pop them in the oven that's been preheated to 375 degrees. And we bake them for just 8 to 10 minutes. We have to be careful to not burn our kale leaves because they're going to get bitter when they're burnt. By the way, to my beshies and seshies and fellow momshies in the Philippines, I don't think we have kale. So I'm thinking that we can probably use kangkong leaves or other leafy greens. I don't know if it works without having to put eggs and breading because that's how we usually make our crispy leaves in the Philippines, like the crispy kangkong. So another alternative for making kale chips is to fry it. I have done this. I have lightly fried it in olive oil, but I had to coat it with a mixture of egg and cornstarch. But that tends to absorb a lot of oil. So if you're looking for a healthy chip snack, this is the way to go. Kale chips are ready. Now time to give our kale chips a try. It's really crispy. This will be gone in seconds, so I might as well get my share before the boys come downstairs. I'm eating from the tray. The first time I made kale chips and let my boys try them, I asked them if they were willing to trade potato chips for these kale chips, and they answered without hesitation, yes. True story.